Yep, Teddy and I are human, even though some people out there might not think it, and we are robots. We make mistakes live on the air. We live with it, and we fight through it. But the one thing never questioned, Teddy, with me and you, is motivation in getting ready for that betting show. Interesting part here in the NIT, Teddy. And I want to focus on the NIT because this is a great concept. And when you just look at the teams, you say, you know what? This team's better. This team's better. This team's better. This team can't hang. But motivation is really key, Teddy. When we take a look just at some Tuesday night games, not even to break them down at Capital, but you see Hofstra and NC State. NC State felt like they should have gotten in to the NCAA tournament, but now playing in the NIT. Lipscomb was hoping to get in, didn't get in. Davidson shocked over the weekend, weren't able to beat St. Louis and try to move on. UNC Greensboro and Campbell, they felt they should have got in and were really close. Teddy, talk a little bit of motivation here when we take a look at getting in the March Madness. We know these teams in the NCAA tournament, they're excited to be there. They're going to play hard. But how about tournaments like the NIT where maybe you have that little malaise in the first round? We really don't want to be here until those juices and those competitive flows kick in.
Sure. It's something that you absolutely have to research if you want to beat the lesser tournaments, and especially the NIT, because the CBI and the CIT aren't going to, the bids there aren't going to teams that were expecting a bid for the big dance. But when you have a team that thought they were going to be playing in the big dance, and now they're playing in a little dance, and they're playing a home game, or they're going on the road and playing at some half-empty gym instead of playing at some cavernous arena, yeah, it can be a major letdown. You have to do your homework. You cannot be betting NIT games, especially first-round NIT games, when it comes to just looking at stats and just looking at records and just looking at matchups. The local papers are instrumental at this time of the year. I encourage you. Google News is a powerful tool. Use it, and it can help make you money during the course of the next couple of weeks. But really, more than any other factor, these NIT games, the first game. Because if you win a game, you know what? Now your disappointment's gone. You're in a tournament. You're all going. But that first game, if you can't overcome the disappointment of getting, denied a bid, and boy, NC State's a team I worry about that with a lot. If you can't avoid the disappointment of that first game, you're going to go bye-bye. So first round of the NIT, oftentimes a pretty good time to be looking for some live underdogs to get your money on.
Yeah, Teddy, real quick also before we get out of here, St. Mary is going to travel 3,000 miles to Hartford, Connecticut to play at the XL Center versus Villanova. Obviously, Villanova, based on the East Coast, short trip, should have a good fan base, typically like they always have at Madison Square Garden for the Big East tournament. Looking at just travel distances and being away from home, that factor in at all for you?
A little bit, yeah, absolutely. And particularly when it's a noticeably bad travel spot. Here's a team traveling 3,000 miles. Oh, and they're playing an early start game. Oops, ding, ding, ding. It doesn't say I'm playing Nova, but it says, you know what? I'm not playing St. Mary's in this game. That is simply too much for them, for any team to be asked to overcome, especially when you remember how these point spreads are made. All right, the point spreads are made. Team A's power rating, Team B's power rating. What's the difference? There's the point spread. You don't see the nuances of the scheduling spots come into play all that much when it comes to these point spreads. So when you find the bad scheduling spot, the bad travel spot, whatever issues you find, that's bettable stuff because the markets may not react to it as much as you do.